This guy
Hi.
brutally attacked me.
I did.
I got to be honest with
Yep.
you, Swoggle.
Yes, sir.
I've done about 4 or 5 matches in the last year.
5 or 6 too many.
This is no joke. Your choke slam was the most painful bump I've taken.
You did your own thing.
I know. So I got to the back and I asked Brian Myers,
Yes.
why did that hurt so much? And
Okay.
he said, because you don't have effing top dollar guiding you up and guiding you down. You're throwing yourself into the air
Yes.
and down into the ground.
100%. I do less work for more pay. I mean, why do more work for less pay?
I love it.
It's not the way to think.
So for those unfamiliar, I
Hi.
was in the Squared Circle Expo Rumble with this fella,
Yes.
Swoggle, and I got to see firsthand, like, really how you got a brilliant wrestling mind. Like, I love
Thank you,
seeing
man.
that. Like,
It's
they listed the order.
Yeah.
I told you I was in right after you, and
Yes.
you had the spot cooked up immediately. Then when we found out where exactly somebody else would be, you altered the spot, and it was even better.
I appreciate that.
You pointed me in the direction in which I needed to go over the top rope, of which one person didn't listen to,
Correct?
and I turned myself around backwards
Correct.
to do there
Yep.
because you specifically told me why I needed to be where
Correct.
I was going to be,
Yep.
all in one conversation. Like, is agenting producing something that you would be interested in?
A million percent, man. Like
Because, like, I saw it firsthand.
that's. Thank you.
it was
That means a lot to
fantastic.
me. I working under Fit for so long, I got to learn firsthand, and then like running.
Genetics.
Yeah. Running these ACW Wisconsin shows that we do, I love producing. I love doing that. My time in the ring is the good stuff is behind me. So being able to still have an impact in the ring in a different way makes me really happy.
So I wanted to talk about the ACW stuff
Yeah.
because we've seen cool stuff unfold there as
We're having
well.
fun, man.
But like when I got to see that firsthand, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's why that's doing so well. Because this guy, like, not only sees stuff for him, like, you knew what kind of reaction I was going to get there. You knew what
Yeah.
the crowd wanted
Yeah.
to see there.
It's it really this is, in all reality, this should be very easy.
Yeah.
People overcomplicate it because they think too much into it. People want to boo and they want to cheer.
Yes.
And there's very easy things that they boo and they cheer. When us as performers think too much into it, we're just screwing ourselves and making it harder for ourselves.
I know you're a collector.
Yeah.
Made me so happy to see recently the figure coming out.
Made me very happy, man. I was just talking to Brian Myers last night, and I said, man, if things go even farther and another release comes, it's like now the dad in me is going, I would love for my son to be able to go into Walmart because my son's a collector,
Yes.
and I would love for him to be able to find my figure for the first time in store.
That's
It
incredible.
would be a really cool moment.
I spoke to Ethan Page the other day about it. He was so happy for it.
Yeah, man. He's still my best friend.
I
love
don't
that
know
man.
if you remember. Gosh, I can't remember how many years ago it was.
Yeah.
I did an interview, and I said, what do you want the headline of this article to be? And you said, Ethan Page will never make it in the wrestling business.
You know, I wasn't as right as some may have
Yes.
been. I will not say the WRONG word, but I was not as right as some may be.
What I
I
loved
am
was-
so happy for him.
What people didn't see was that Ethan Page was off camera and was just like smiling and greeting us.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
Swoggle said, he will never make it in the wrestling
Man,
business.
that guy is something. He's done okay.
He's done all right.
He's done okay.
There are certain interviews of his that I will never be able to release.
There's certain conversations of his that I think he wishes never happened.
There we go. There we go. But man, he has shown like you know your worth. You recognize where you're going to perform well, and he's done it well.
He is the most self-believer human I have ever met, and he has literally made this on his own. And I'm happy for him as a friend, as a fan. I'm just happy for him.
So we talked about like what having a figure means to you for like
Yeah.
your son and
Yeah.
all that. What does it mean for you as a collector? Because like that's got to be special.
It's the coolest thing, man. Like I at 4 years old, I never thought I would do this. I always wanted to, but then when I debuted, it's amazing. When I had my first figure, it's incredible. Now, 20 years into doing this, 8 years out of WWE, now they're re-releasing a figure. It's awesome.
So we live in a new social media age
Yes.
where like some of your finer moments go viral repeatedly.
Yes.
How is that for you, seeing that and seeing stuff like WLC that will just pop up when just some random account goes, remember the time they killed it?
I don't believe in me. The biggest thing about my life is I don't believe in me. So when other people still believe in me and still think that I did something pretty cool, it makes me feel pretty happy about myself.
And I mean, you see people like Drew McIntyre that take such great pride in those moments as well.
The #1 heel of last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's incredible. We literally started a Big Boss Man Memorial Hater of the Year award in our Fightful Awards, but because of him and Swerve.
He's incredible, man. He's just incredible,
of what they've done.
And he truly does hold our run as 3MBs, close to his heart, and it makes me happy that he values it so much.
So we've talked about ACW,
Yes.
the figure,
Yes.
you got so many things that are still happening that you're still involved
Life
with.
is good.
It is good.
Whenever people ask how I am, I always say I'm above ground, and that's how I live my life. It's day to day, very day to day. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do next week, but I know this is pretty awesome. I got to just sign my fake name and have people just put me over at a merchandise table for hours, and it just made me happy.
I know we talked about this at the start, but there are certain moments that I've had covering wrestling or even performing where I talk to somebody and it's like a Rubik's Cube solves itself in my head, and watching you just immediately be like, this is our spot, this is what we're doing, and then we find out somebody else comes in and you go, now this is our spot, and it gets even better. That, I was going to ask, does it come naturally to you? It had to come naturally to you because there was no time for you to respond. You knew immediately what it was going to be.
Yeah, I knew I had to figure it out. I knew it had to be the best it can be, and nothing was going to in my mind, I wasn't going to let anything stop it from being the best it could. I wasn't going to let you look like shit. You do enough of that.
Listen, buddy. Listen, buddy.
But it's just, I know what job has to be done. It has to look the best. Why go out there and shit the bed?
Are there any spots that you look back on and you're like, I should not have done that? Whether it be physically?
No. When they dressed me up as a cow, it was pretty shitty.
Oh, God.
But it also, I look at it and go, I was on television.
Yeah, fair.
There's a lot of people that weren't that night. And I can't complain, man. I got to live my dream for 10 years, and I'm still doing it today. I'm having fun.
It's the hardest you've ever been hit in a wrestling ring.
Khali's slap, his side slap, that one that still pops up every year about this time because it was on a Survivor Series. No, it was on Armageddon. But he just wailed the shit out of me, and it's like, man, he is a giant.
I saw him walking, and it's like he was on one of those Mania 3 cards because his legs weren't moving, but his body was like this. Yeah.
He is just, every time I see him, I worked with him for years. Every time I see him to this day, I still go, holy shit, is he big.
Where can the people follow you, support you, and ACW?
Yeah,
especially?
at ACW Wisconsin on all forms of social media. Me at Dylan Postel, the Going Postel podcast. We're having a lot of fun there. I would love you to reach out.
Please check him out, guys.
Thanks,
brilliant wrestling mind, brilliant wrestling guy. Swoggle, we appreciate you.
Good
Until
pal.
next time, guys, we're out. Thank you so much. Buying pay-per-views on NordVPN.com/Fightful is going to enhance your pay-per-view buying process. Now, one subscription to NordVPN has so many different benefits, but if you're a big pay-per-view buyer like myself, UFC, boxing, pro wrestling, all that good stuff, any combination of the three, if they're doing a fight circus or something like that, this subscription will pay for itself after 1 or 2 pay-per-view buys. Change your virtual location, pay for it at the prices that other people are paying for it in the UK, in Australia, etc., etc. And you can get different interfaces. Maybe you don't like Peacock and you want to check out the WWE Network the way that it used to be, the way that it was designed to be, the easy navigation, so on and so forth. Maybe you want to watch AEW without commercials. Maybe there's some other overseas services that you can't subscribe to and you want access to them. NordVPN.com/Fightful gives you that with a great deal and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Even better, 24/7 tech support, so if you have trouble navigating any of it, they can help you out. Fastest VPN on the planet, NordVPN.com/Fightful.